Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War live stream. Today, what do we have? Of course, not gonna be doing every day this weekend, but today I figured, yeah, we get into the Vault event grind. Obviously we'll be grinding every single day, but as far as streaming, it will only be doing it today. But yeah, the new Mythic just came out. We covered a video on it earlier this morning. Highly advised getting a copy or two of it. It is pretty good. Zarg's Boom Pile is basically, or exactly, the inverse color of Pharaoh, while having a pretty similar effect. Ends up exploding 2 gems every single turn. It does do it specifically to skulls, which makes it a little bit worse. For one, you need skulls to actually be on the board, whereas Pharaoh will do it regardless of what is on the board. The other issue is if you're using multiple of him, there is less likely to be that many skulls on the board, as well as them potentially targeting the exact same skulls, which would not end up working out too well. Whereas, of course, with Pharaoh, that is far less likely to happen. Though they can still clump when doing Pharaoh, of course. However, they are far less likely to clump compared to when doing it with Zarg's Boom Pile, where you're likely to get a bit less value from it. But using one of each does allow you to cover every single color between the two of them, which could be useful for quite a few teams. And probably the biggest benefit is the fact that he can be used for green. Currently, all of the mana accumulators that are like this, that gain a bunch of mana per turn, do not have access to green. They have access to every other color between Takshaka, Pharaoh, similar things. They have access to every color except for green. So now we finally have a green option for it. So you're not forced to have to use Leprechaun. You still can, obviously, use Bog Strider and or Leprechaun. But now there is an alternative to do the more modern, just get explodes every single turn option. Overall, he's a bit worse, I would say, than Pharaoh, but still a great troop. Has a decent amount of damage on its ability. And, of course, as pretty much every Goblin, has auto extra turn, which is really beneficial because it's something Pharaoh actually doesn't have. While it is very likely to extra turn since you convert any color into brown, or, you know, cursed gems, which is basically brown, it's not guaranteed. Whereas as long as this guy isn't frozen, you'll be getting guaranteed extra turn every single time. So a lot more often you'll be able to go and utilize it. And even if he is specifically frozen, you can still do a 5x5 explode without the corners. And if that cascade ends up netting an extra turn that you're not frozen on, you can actually still extra turn with him even when he's frozen. Of course, there's a lot more limitations to that, since you would have to get it on either brown, purple, or yellow your extra turn. However, it is possible. You also boost ratios really well for red gems destroyed, which is really good with the Goblin weapon when you're building a 4x Goblin team. Green, of course, feeds into pretty much every Goblin in the game. But the important thing here is actually the red, oddly enough, as he ends up utilizing that for a ton of extra damage since he has a boost ratio of 15 per red, which is insanely good early on in the game. I would say later in the game he's pretty average. Like compared to Truffle, Truffle is considered something that has pretty low damage and is already per cast doing more damage than pretty much the best key scenario Boom Pile. But the nice thing about that is it is scatter damage, so it does get to concentrate the damage, whereas something like Truffle doesn't once you get a kill or two. Whereas Zarg's Boom Pile, when there's only 1 or 2 remaining, gains quite a bit of a buff compared to something like still having to kill them out with Truffle or something. So in those kind of situations it's pretty nice. But overall, yeah, definitely highly advise getting a copy of it, potentially even 2 if you want to go and utilize it for green Guild War, or green PvP more so I should say, as restrictions like this, yeah, you can use it now instead of Leprechaun. You can run double Boom Pile into whatever you want to run, like Damage Source, Wand of Stars, just kind of build a team out like that, which we can even see the enemy team is exactly that right now as well, using a Mana Accumulator off a Child of Summer, a weapon, and then the double Boom Pile. But yeah, it's definitely an option instead of having to go down the Leprechaun route like pretty much always before. But anyways, with that all being said, yeah, let's go clear out all the dailies, all the everythings, and let's start getting into the Paloozas. As, of course, it is Vault Weekend, so this is going to be one of our priorities once we go clean everything up. Keep in mind, double Pharaoh is still going to be better in most situations, so even though we do have access to Boom Pile, we are pretty much still just running Pharaoh for most things. If you have it, then you should probably be running it instead. There are definitely niche situations where you bring out the Goblin, but I would say like 8 times, 9 times out of 10, you're probably still using Pharaoh over the new guy. But he's still good to have as a utility troop, as you will definitely be using him eventually. Anyways, hello Stacy, hello Cookie, hello everyone else, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you guys have been having a wonderful Independence Day, as well as a wonderful start to the weekend. Yeah, we're just gonna chill tonight, do a bunch of Vault grind, everything else. Try to get some of the weeklies done that I kind of been neglecting. Though I did catch up on Underspire and World Event yesterday, so I wouldn't have to get in the way of as much Vault grind. So I did try to catch up on them mostly. So we're not that far behind right now. Plus, as a guild, I think we're almost already done with World Event. I'll go check it as soon as we get over there. But anyways, hello Chris, welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. Hope you guys been having a wonderful start of your weekend. Yeah, I got to celebrate 4th of July nicely today. I ended up having lobster mac and cheese, hot dogs, and burgers. It was really, really nice. Yeah, it's the first time I've had lobster mac and cheese in like a year. Or, you know, since the last time I've had it. It's been a long while. Lobster's gotten so expensive lately. So, hello, Ron. Welcome, welcome. As has pretty much everything. What hasn't? How do I feel about the new Mythic? It's pretty good. Pharaoh is still better than it in most situations, but I could definitely see it under certain PvP restrictions and certain event restrictions where you're going to bring out one, if not two of them. He's also a great option if you only have one Pharaoh, as now you basically have a proper team using one of both. So it kind of makes it so you technically don't need double Pharaoh anymore. You probably should still get it eventually, but it's not as big of an immediate need, as having one of both is better value than having two of one. So if you're targeting with diamonds, you should definitely focus on one of each in the future. The double Pharaoh is still really, really, really good, and what we'll still be using for most things. Ah, there we go. It mostly just gives more team flexibility while giving a similar mechanic. Oh, another campaign test done. Oh, two of them, nice. And I believe this is actually a blue deed book. It technically says red. Also, hello, Isabel. Welcome, welcome. But I believe these are indeed red deed book. Blue deed books. It's just showing a red one there. So far, I only finished out one of the categories. But we're only 1 week in. We still have another 65 days. We're literally 5 days in. So there is plenty of time to finish this. Though if you do want to rush it down, now would be the time. It is Vault Weekend. So you can get a lot of loot while finishing all these rewards if you really want to this weekend. If you really wanted to go power grind at all. All of them are pretty simple things you're likely going to get done automatically. The only ones you kind of have to go out of your way for is maybe Elemental Star Spam. As I believe there's some Elementals... Or sorry, this extra turn spam. But one of them was Elemental... or not Elemental Stars, but Power Gems. One of these was. Where is it? But yeah, the Heroic Gem one, no, that's actually getting done pretty easily. Never mind. Well, it's mostly because I'm using Stellaryx and Wand a lot, which is helping it a lot. It seems like just extra turn spamming is the one I'm doing the least, which I'm kind of surprised by. But I guess it's just because the ratio of how many you need. Also, a lot of teams that I use are a lot more explodey rather than extra turn spammy. But if you just have something that converts into itself over and over and over again, that should be fine. Sacrorak should actually be a pretty good way of getting this done if you have it. Or any similar infinite mana option. Where he doesn't do any damage, but he can infinitely loop into himself. Especially if you put a few other things like Greenstorm and stuff like that to support him. And then just infinite loop into himself, and then boom, you're good to go. Just haven't really bothered going my way for it, but it seems like the one that is furthest behind. I haven't even done the first star for it, while some other ones, or most of them are at like 2 or 3 right now. And these are a little bit behind, but they're going to get done automatically. Like, just casting spells is obviously going to get done. Daemon kills, we could easily go to a location that has a lot of daemons. Like Center Mirage or Blighted Land or something similar. But for now, not really much of a need to go out of our way directly for them. Anyways, what is this? The world events. Oh yeah, I didn't do yesterday's battles, it looks like. I did catch up on all the other ones. And based on how much contribution the guild has, we are going to have to do our battles today. That's fine. We are stuck at only Ancient Horror, so we shall take the bottom one. Still using the same team as before, just running Void Dragon carry, basically. And running it with the extra damage there. Good to go. Unfortunately, no extra skull damage, but we do have a lot of spell damage extra. Does it move the Goblin meta somewhat? Kind of. I did make a 4x Goblin team out of it. It could definitely be incorporated into a Goblin team. I personally feel like I would use it most of the time. The biggest benefit he has is Goblins currently have no Empower. And his ability is the closest thing Goblins have to an Empower ability. But I ended up putting it in this composition. I still kept String Filler. I dropped the guy that has like all the immunities. Because it was red-blue. So it just kind of made sense to drop him. But yeah, String Fiddler, Turnip, Truffle, and Boom Pile. He's the closest thing Goblin has to Empower. Like, if we go to Troop type Goblin and type in Empower, there should be 0 here. Yeah, there are currently 0 Goblins with Empower. Actually, I may even have, like, Fast or something. Only 2 of them have Fast, but they're not even real Goblins. I don't think a single one has Swift. Yeah, so he's the closest thing that Goblins have to Empower. And then he gets to do 2 explodes every single turn forever. Which is like a little mini Leprechaun in a sense. But yeah, he's the closest thing to Empower underneath Goblins currently. Obviously, it's not exactly an Empower, but it's the closest thing you've got at the moment for such a mechanic. I feel like most teams are only ever going to use one of him. It is very rare that you would ever use more than one unless you're doing like a pure green restriction and don't want to use Leprechaun. Like if you need something more damaging than Leprechaun. Because Leprechaun's not really good at winning on its own. Whereas Boom Pile, if he truly had to, he could solo a battle. It's not going to go too well, but he can solo a battle if he truly, truly had to. Similar to like Talk Shaka and similar things. There's one thing I've always kind of hated about Pharaoh. Because if the enemy has immune to Deathmark, you basically can't solo with it. Whereas both Talk Shaka and the Boom Pile, you can solo a battle if you truly, truly had to with them. You shouldn't use it as your primary damage source, but if it's the only thing you have left, you could definitely win with it. He's really slow damage, though, is the biggest issue with him. He's pretty much has the same issue Truffle has, or a lot of goblins have. And that its ability on paper is really good, it's just the damage is just a little too low. Compared to, you know, the current rate of absolutely obliterating everything in the current state of game. Like, relative to the current meta, it is very quick pace. Also, thank you so much, Chad, for the $5 tip. Greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. Thank you so, so much. Helps out a ton. In the green restriction in PvP, the Boom Pile has replaced Leprechaun. Yeah, pretty much. That's what I end up doing. You can use 2 of him to effectively create 1 Leprechaun. Having only 1 is not quite the same, though. Like, if you only go one Boom Pile to try to replace a Leprechaun. It's going to be a bit worse, unless the battle's going on for a long period of time. Oh yeah, I haven't handed out any codes yet. Let me go do that. Oh wait, my code section's not even open. Let me go do that real quick. Why is it not open? Oh! I actually got new codes too for July. Oh yeah, should we go hand it out? Wait, did I get a July pet? Wait. Are we handing that out tonight? I might wait till next week's Monday. Just because this stream's kind of in the middle of nowhere, even though I did mention it earlier. Let's see. Let me go double check. I'm pretty sure it is. Where's my Discord? I don't have Discord open either. I just don't have anything open. 1 second, let me check Discord. Loading. No, not Genki Jetto. Yes, she did give me a 4th of July pet. Oh no, I think we still hand it out next week's Monday. Even though today's technically the holiday. It's because this week already had a pet because of the thing. Plus, they're starting the calendar for it tomorrow anyways. Or not tomorrow, but next week. There's like the 2-week summer calendar. So on the first day of that, we'll go hand out the pet, since we're not getting any in-game reward then. Yeah, I believe that's starting next week, isn't it? If we check the calendar thingy. Pretty sure it's starting next week. Yeah, it's starting on the 7th. But on the 7th, we'll go hand out the pet then. It's one of the old 4th of July pets, like the one we got on Wednesday. I don't know which one, but it is one of them. Okay, we'll hand that out on Monday then. Oh wait, did I not paste the code into chat? Oh, that's funny. Wait. I went to go check it and then didn't get one. There you go. There's a normal code. I got distracted by the new codes. You're running Wand and Chrysathanax with double of the blowy guy? Yeah, he's pretty good with that. That's why I end up changing my green team too as well. Ends up working out really, really well. But in that kind of situation, it's pretty much the same thing as Double Pharaoh. You're going to get a little bit less mana accumulation due to how Exploding Skulls works compared to, you know, Random Gem. But it's not that much worse. Is that low-key Colia? Welcome. I know he got resummoned. Wait, did I just win off? Wait, what? Did he just get resummoned, but I still won? I'm so confused. But he still had the unit left. I'll take it, though. Sometimes there's still that weird, like, delay skull kill glitch, which might have happened there. Oh, hello, Mulu! Welcome, welcome. Because sometimes you can kill something with skulls, but doesn't actually get removed from the enemy team. It's a glitch that's pretty much been out since launch, and surprisingly has never been fixed, ever. It must be, like, hard-coded in a way where they just can never fix it. Because that glitch has literally been in the game for, like, 10 years. It doesn't happen nearly as often as it used to, though. But it does still happen. It's only a visual glitch, though. It doesn't actually affect gameplay in any way. Unless you think it's alive. But it still counts just as dead as it otherwise would. It just visually looks like it's still there. So much just thinking auto extra turn, the haunted doll thing. Because that Kingdom of Midnight really needs more more mana accumulation. A lot of kingdoms do. Biggest issue with Midnight is it's such a new kingdom that it hasn't really gotten all the, you know, slots that it needs filled out. Obviously kingdoms that have more options tend to have, you know, every single option filled out for. But since it's such a new kingdom, it is missing so many core features. As far as, like, team builds that you could build into it. Like, obviously you could still build a coherent team out of pure Midnight. Which is what this is. But, and I could still use some work. A lot of things from the kingdom are good once they get going. They just don't really have a good troop at the moment to really get them going. The closest thing we have is this doll. We're still getting the job done, though. So this would have been a perfect week to do both skull damage and spell damage. Kind of disappointed with that, because low rarity option has a HP attack gaining troop. And low to mid rarity has Ossifer for skull spam. But for whatever reason, they made it spell damage only. Despite skull teams actually being decently viable from this location. Alright, looks like 2 or 4 more battles. Probably 4 more because of the Vow Raven. We'll find out in the next battle. Alright, nothing else we need there. Get our other little bit of mana. I think we'll have full mana regardless next turn. Yeah, that should be good enough. Alright, final battle if we don't have a Vow Raven here. At least for this game mode. Though it might be the final we have to do because the guild's probably gonna carry the rest. But if we do have to do any, we'll definitely will tomorrow. Also, hello Haas, welcome, welcome. Anyone else getting code is not valid? Sometimes when copy pasting off of YouTube, it adds an extra space afterwards. So making sure that there's not an extra space there is probably what's doing it. Alright, dailies, check. Campaign, check. Well, nothing we really need to do there. Second-hand event thing, check. Already just did it. Dungeon, let's go do it. Come on, top 3, top 3, top 3. Come on. Oh, we get to play Guess the Door. Hey, Guess the Door day. Guess that's door. There we go. Right, you know what time it is. Oh, that's not the right number. 4, 5, 6. Alright, there we go. Let's see, what do I think it is with this layout? I don't think it's T-shape, which means it's definitely T-shape. I know, I have such a 4 bias. The poll is going for T-shape. I know we got web. That's kind of annoying. I have no way to counter that. That's a problem. So getting cleansed that early is very beneficial. Oh yeah, there's something you can actually do with Boom Pile here. Ooh, I wonder if it's actually worth running Boom Pile for this game mode. One thing that's normally annoying about this game mode is I'm using a 1 damage source team. But of course, Boom Pile could be our second damage source. In situations where we can't use our primary one because of web or silence or something else. Yeah, I'm not sure why YouTube does that. But sometimes when copy pasting from YouTube, it adds an extra space for literally no reason. Alright, what's the poll right now? 4 and 5 are literally dead even right now. Okay, I think I have to be the tiebreaker vote. You know what my bias is going towards. Oh, we got it! Alright, 4s win. We got it. I guess I got another code. There you guys go. Nice, nice. Oh, we got it. 120 Dragonite for the pile. Whenever they're gonna add more dragons again. I forgot how much we have right now. I want to say 7,000. Should probably keep track to see how much we end up getting this weekend. Not counting the one we're getting from the daily right now. But I guess that technically counts. We did get it this weekend, but you know what I mean. Just to see about how much we get from gnomes specifically. Not from dailies or anything else. Because I feel like I never keep track of how much Dragonite I get on a given Vault event weekend. Like, obviously it's more than normal because the gnomes are more common, but I never actually keep track of the exact number. I was hoping we'd get some alignment from that, though. I guess it doesn't really matter since we just kill it with that then. There it is, 120 Dragonite. Nice. Alright, how much are we up to right now? Oh, I was about right. Oh, what was that? All lucky 7s. If I somehow get 70 more. We're at 7,707. Triple 7s. Actually, both of these are pretty much all 7. That's kind of funny. My Dragonite is finally starting to catch up with my Curse Runes. You actually do earn Dragonite quicker than Curse Runes, even though Curse Runes uses less whenever you need to craft something. Dragonite requires a lot more. And that's finally starting to catch up again. Alright, what else do we need? We did that, we did that, we did that. We got a perfect Under Dungeon. Under Spire, I'll probably just finish up this weekend. I think I'm at like floor 3 right now. Yeah, I'm about to open up the gate for the floor. So we're almost there. I'm just going for floor 4 completion. Alright, we did that, we did that, we did that. Okay, only thing left in is PvP and then go grind the Palooza event. So, PvP. Did I do the thingy yet? So I still need to go do Naga. And I think Damon was the other one? Yeah, Naga and Damon are the 2 we gotta go do. And then I either have to do an elf or a monster team. Oh, we have that. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say we have that new monster, but I forgot. We don't get him till the end of the season. Elf is kind of annoying with all the web, though, so maybe we'll do monster. Actually, let me go get our magic bonus before we do that, though. So we have a little bit extra value. Oh, we got a double bonus, too. Nice. Oh, I'm still using the team from earlier. That's funny. Of course, we did a video on the new Mythic earlier, just going over a bunch of stuff. And of course, we have teams like this meta one, where you run like one of each. Oh, so let's go run it. I haven't actually ran the new Mythic yet today, or, you know, for the stream, so let's go run the new guy. But we're going to run one Pharaoh, one of Zarg's Boom Pile. It basically means so you don't need to get double of either of them. There are still game modes where you might want to double up on them, though, so it's still beneficial to have 2 of each. But I don't think you would ever need 3 of either of them for any reason ever, though. But this new edition makes it so you can just do 1 and 1 if you really want to. Save some on resources for other things in the future. The great thing about using 1 of each is they do cover every single color together. He also offsets Pharaoh pretty nicely because Pharaoh has a lot of insta-kill damage. Whereas Boom Pile has a lot of more instant damage. So they kind of do damage in opposite ways. Where he is relatively low damage, but can do it instantly. Whereas a lot of things that Pharaoh has is a lot of setup. But once you get that setup, it can do insta-kills and really high Uber Doom Skull damage. You could even use Pharaoh and then pop it with Zarg's Boom Pile as well. Because normally you'd have to wait for the random explodes off of Pharaoh. Like when you're using double Pharaoh and trying to kill with them. You normally have to wait till his explodes do it. But you can actually immediately get value from it by casting Pharaoh and then casting Zarg's Boom Pile. The main reason I have Zarg's Boom Pile in front is just so it explodes correctly. Because I want to explode the skulls before exploding the random things, just to make sure it gets the skull explode. I'm not sure if that's actually required, but it does help to make sure you don't waste this explode. Or at least make it less likely that it would occur. It could still happen, of course. That's a little Bill Warhammer! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. Hope all of you've been having a wonderful start of your weekend. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, Tyrion. Happy 4th of July. Welcome, welcome. Anyone doing fireworks tonight? I'm actually surprised. It is 8:30 right now, and I haven't heard a single firework all night. Which is really surprising for this area, because normally they'd be doing it for like 10 hours straight. Has the economy gotten that bad? No one's buying fireworks anymore. Because every single holiday, they just go crazy with every year. Unless they've changed the laws around here for, I have no clue. Because this area has pretty lax fireworks laws. Oh yeah, that is one thing that is a little bit annoying. Boom Pile has no way around Submerge. But that's why we're running Mech Hero class still. Get rid of those annoying Submerges. Alright, what else was I doing? Oh yeah, I was gonna go do the magic bonus. But I got distracted by doing not that. Yeah, there's a few firework displays near me. Other than people just doing their own. I probably don't even need to go out anywhere, so I could literally just like walk outside and see them in like 3 different directions. Because normally I do one by the beach, normally I do one by the main like shopping center. And I think actually both piers do it. So one pier will do it, then the other pier will do it. So those are normally the big 3 near me. You get 3 new mythics on 1,200 gems? Nice. Yeah, I did pretty good this time around. I did it with an 800 gem keys. I got 2. I personally don't see a reason to get more than 2, though. Like, I can't think of a single situation where I would run 3. Like, you're not doing that for Construct. You're not doing it for Goblin. You're not doing it for Green Restriction. You're not doing it for Zejin. If anything, Zejin would actually only use 1. Both Zejin and Goblin, you would only need 1 of him. I could definitely see him double for Construct, potentially. Though the team I showed in the video did only utilize 1. And I just don't really see a reason to go 3. For the same reason I wouldn't really run 3 Pharaohs on a team. I wish he did just slightly more damage. Obviously, you could fix him by having more reds on the board. Goblin team does that pretty well because it's a lot more accessible to put more reds on the board. PvP gnome grind? Oh, what? Flower dragons like triple of 1? The problem with that is what happens when you meet Submerge. Like when the enemy has Submerge. Because Stellarix and Flower Dragon, Chrysathanax, have no counter to Submerge. It's one of their biggest flaws at the moment. It's one of the whole reasons we even have to use Wanda Stars. It's not even necessarily for the Bless or anything else. It's more so just Hero has Dispel. So we can get rid of, well, I don't have it in this setup because we don't need it because of Takshaka. But normally it's just because of going mech or something similar to have Dispel for Submerge. The Stellaryx and Flower Dragon have no natural counter to Submerge. And of course, the big issue with the Boom guy as well is he doesn't actually hit past Submerge either, since he does split damage. Oh, I see. You're running it with a Palooza in PvP. When you said you were doing it in PvP, I thought you were just farming PvP while doing the Vault event. But no, you mean using a Palooza in PvP. Oh, that's interesting. I feel like the wins per hour would be way slower. But the battles would be so free because it's just 4 gnomes. But yeah, I see what you mean. I don't know, is that worth doing? I feel like that'd be so many less vault keys per hour. Though you would get more standard loot from the gnomes. I was gonna say, the sad part is he might have enough true damage to kill me there. Luckily he didn't. Though if he did, that would be very bad. He almost got the double Takshaka down. Alright, we got all of our magic. Let's go do the things we actually need to go do now. Which is Monster, Daemon... or no, I only have to do Monster for 6 battles. Then we gotta do Naga and Daemon. Alright, let me do the Monster first. Not in this game mode. I need to do it in here. Alright, what are we gonna run for this? What is our game plan here? I know we have Megavore. What do I have for Immortal? Oh yeah, we're gonna use the new Immortal guy. The one that came in this season. Honestly, I might just build a whole team around him. Be honest, this Immortal's not that bad for this restriction. Give him a little bit more true damage. Do we have any Empower under this category? Empower, wrong Empower type, that's Skull. I would just go Wand and something else. Just wish we had a little bit more mana accumulation. Try to think what else is under monster that has mana. Worst comes to worst, we use Megavore though for insta-kill. Which I think at this point we're just gonna do. Problem with monsters, a lot of mana accumulations that it has, you need to get going before you can really use them. It doesn't really have any that just go automatically. Alright, it should be fine. Let's see. Don't really need the monster class or anything. I still want my 50% mana start though. I'll go Archmages. Banner. Probably go brown. So we can feed into him a little bit better. Could even go brown purple if we really wanted to. I think just brown's fine. I know we just have a bunch of brown and purple. Oh yeah, we shouldn't need to change anything else. It's just a big true damage rush team. What else are you gonna spend 50k gem keys on? Oh no, I've been going pretty dry on some mythics. Though we did do pretty good this weekend. Or today, I should say. Oh no, I mostly have it for RNG protection for when we go like 5,000 for one mythic. Oh, so this guy I believe does double tap when there's run remaining. Because I'm pretty sure his ability reads as hitting first slot and last slot. And the benefit of that is if the only slot remaining is, you know, the only slot remaining, it is both the first and last slot, so it will double poke. So it is one of the few that does have that double poking mechanic. Some of them have weird wording where it's not double poke. But this is one where if there is only one remaining, it will double hit it. Actually reminds me a lot of Knight Coronet. That one other double poke that the game launched with. Not sure why, but this strip reminds me so much of it. This is like a true damage version of it that also has silence. It's like everything Knight Coronet wish it was. It's like an absurdly strong version of it. Yeah, my gem key stack's been going down as well. Means we've been slacking on Vault Event weekends. I definitely been grinding them less. Obviously, we've still been grinding them. It's just my main motivation to grind them has kind of gone down a little bit just because we have so many resources already. Like, if we're ever getting low on resources, I would start grinding them. Like, if my gem key stack ever got under, like, 10k, then we'd go, like, power grind like crazy. And go do, like, 1,000 weekend or something. But until then, there's not as much of an incentive to go out of our way for it. Like, there's resources we need in it, but unless our stack's just starting to get low, it's not that big a deal to go heavy on it. Because lately, I've only been averaging, like, 200 most Vault weekends lately. Compared to, like, 1,000 or 500 or 300 in the past. Oh, that's funny. That was the special one. I was wondering why that one was so much tankier. Because that wasn't the player-owned version. That was the zone version that's way tankier. I just realized, you know what I could have put on this team instead of Megavore? I believe one of the Center Mirages count as Monster. So we could have had a 1 explode at start of battle to offset it a little. Not as good as like those 2 explodes per turn kind of troops, but you know, still nice. Alright, now we've got to go do Naga and Damon. Naga should already be made, assuming it saved my mobile team. It did. Yeah, I don't think we change anything here. We'll just keep going for the weakest one. I always do that in PvP lately. Just so the battles go a little bit quicker. You do get a bit less trophies and other stuff from it, but it makes the battle so much more consistent. If you're fighting something with lower stats, you can pretty much just 1 or 2 shot. Ideally 1 shot. Because in some of the game modes where they have 50% extra stats like this, the higher battle has like 1 billion stats. Like if we go to this high one right now, not only does it naturally have high stats, but it has 50% higher. Sometimes it takes 3 hits to even kill them. Compared to the lower end where you can get it in 1. Yeah, there's 1 billion firework places near me. I'm not sure why there's so many. I have never seen an area that has such a high concentration of firework shops. And that's after a lot of them went out of business due to COVID. And there's still 1 billion around. Lester, Lester. Hello, Lester. Welcome. Also, interesting game title. Stellar Blade when? I did look into it slightly a couple weeks ago when you last mentioned it. Oh no, it doesn't seem like one I would really get into that much. Alright, there's only 1 restriction left, which is Damon. No extra stats here. We still have the same Damon team from earlier, so we're good to go. I'm glad they're actually starting to save teams correctly now. I can't remember if they fixed it in the most recent patch or 2 patches ago. I think it was 2 patches ago. But, yeah, most of your teams just get saved properly now. Which was a huge issue in the past of it not doing that. But now it does. Most of the time. It still fails sometimes. But most of the time it does save correctly. So we didn't even need to cast this special guy. Skulls alone just took out everything. That's pretty much the whole premise with Eye of Argorus. Skulls just kill out everything there is. Hello, Jamie. Could try to demo for it? That's true. Oh, what is this? Explode 5? Yeah, okay. Forgot what his mechanic was for a second. Hey, 3 more to go, and then we can just do all gnome-related things. Get some Paloozas down, get some normal grinding down. Definitely want to run at least 2 Paloozas tonight. But yeah, that's something I've still kind of been looking for, though. Some kind of games to, like, exceedingly get into again. We did that, obviously, with Brighter Shores at the end of last year. But then Brighter Shores, like, completely died. But, I don't know, I've been kind of looking for another game like that to get into again. It's just anytime I do, the game dies in, like, half a year. I tend to always pick games that are like that for some reason. Gems of War been like one of the few exceptions. Hello, AFCB. Welcome, welcome. Alright, we're good to go. Check. Oh, wait, did I not do Valhawks? No, I did. That should be everything for PvP. Oh! I should go use the hour booster. Alright, let's go do it. Just so I don't forget to accidentally not use it tomorrow. Oh, and I have exactly enough for this too. Perfect. Okay, let me go use the hour booster. Alright, we're running an hour of Paloozas and everything else. We're on the clock. For 1 hour tonight. Yeah, that works out perfectly then. Because that's about how much longer I wanted to go for. Perfect. Okay, let's start getting into Paloozas. Oh yeah, let me go do the quick kill team. I do still want to run... Oh, let me kill this out normally and then we'll go down to the lower range. How's Vault Weekend? We kind of just started it right now. Well, you know, as far as like farming it. But it's been going good. Most of the day I've just been messing with the new mythic. Alright, we're going to bring it down to Explore 1. This doesn't count for the other things credit, but still counts for Damon kills and everything. Go for double Ironhawk. Though I guess we technically won't be getting them because we're going to be killing gnomes, so I guess that's not too relevant. Since every battle is just going to be a gnome kill battle. Alright, yeah, I guess we'll get the event keys, why not? Alright, are all the boosters going? Yep, okay, they're all good. Campaign, what's this? We'll grab that real quick, I guess. Oh, wait, now they're giving red deeds? I'm so confused. Weren't they giving blue before? Are they fixed now? Is that always supposed to be the case? Alright, anyways. That's for a different time. Alright, let's start doing the Palooza. Game, Soulforge, other. Let's start opening them. First one to go. I did use all the thingies, right? Okay, we're good. Everything's all sorted. And we got our arrow boost for everything else. Hello, Lord Mixed Squad. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, the red deed books look like they're fixed from what I could tell. Because before it was giving blues, now it's giving reds. I wonder if they're going to do some kind of refund in the mail next week because of that. Hey, some people might have wanted the blues but got reds and, you know, wanted reds but got blues, or vice versa. From what I've seen, they were always showing reds, but they were giving blues earlier. But I guess I had a few different iterations of glitches related to it. At least it's working now. Refund already came in the mail? Oh, okay. I might have auto-claimed it one of the days and not even notice. You don't really just click the claim all button. But I think we'll do half and half. We'll do 2 Paloozas, and then we'll go and grind out just a little bit of normal Explore for the rest of the time then. Try to get some more verse 3s and everything else we need. And then we'll hand out another code as well. We'll hand out 1 per Palooza. Here you guys go. Boom, boom, boom. Can use it towards the new mythic to go get the boom guy as well. If you haven't already picked him up. But he's a really solid mythic. Definitely worth getting 2 copies of. Don't think I need more than 2 though. But 1 and 2 is great to have. Yep, our first epic vault key of the weekend. Nice, nice. We haven't really been keeping track of total vault keys lately for weekends. I know approximately how many we're getting, based on the grinds that we're doing and everything. I haven't been keeping track of exact amount lately, though. Though I do know that we started at 100 vault keys, so whatever the difference is there is how many we got this weekend for normal vault key. If we start at 100 on the dot. Yeah, no real goal for Vault Grind this weekend overall. Probably just hit for like 200-ish keys. Get a little bit more loot. We'll supply a new mythic or make up for the resources we used for the most recent one. Yeah, we did only spend 800 gems, so it's not going to take that much to make it back. Because, of course, whenever you open a Vault key, you have that chance for, what is it, like a 20, 25 gem key drop thing? I think it's 24, because it's 20 plus the 20%. The only reason it's sometimes higher is the normal gnomes can also drop gem key. Yeah, on average with this method, we should be getting about 20 vault keys per Palooza. So depending on where you do it and what teams you do it with, you will get slightly different numbers. But with this setup, it's about 20 an hour between normal and epic vault keys. Or not 20 per hour, I mean 20 per Palooza, I mean. About 80 per hour. That's not counting the time of getting the Paloozas themselves, of course. So that's really luck-based. Sometimes it takes an hour to get 4 sets. Other times it could take like 4 hours to get 4 sets. Yep, our first Dragonite Gnome, the first of many. Unfortunately, really bad while doing a Palooza, as they give almost no Dragonite and make it so we can't one-shot them. I said, hello, yeah! Welcome, welcome, all ball's been well. Oh, there it is. I finally hear fireworks. Took them till about 9 o'clock. There they go. I was gonna say, where are all the billion fireworks tonight? I'm pretty sure a lot of them are waiting till midnight. Or closer to then. Yeah, we're gonna be hearing fireworks like every hour on the hour, I'm pretty sure. You max missed the scales last night, 22nd Kingdom max? Nice, more than half of them already. And as Isabel mentioned, definitely feel free to leave a like on our stream, helps a lot and is greatly appreciated. But this is gonna be the only Volt Grind stream we do this weekend for Gems of War. I will still be grinding, of course, off stream. As far as streams for it, it'll be the only one of the three that we do. How many max kingdoms do I have? I want to say around 10-ish. I'm pretty close to doing another set of 5. Main thing I'm missing are all the tokens at some point. Is this going to be the next big bottleneck that we're getting close to? And the main way to solve that is just to do a lot of Explore 12. Like 10, 20, 30, 40 hours of Explore 12. Which weekly events are most worth spending gems on? Technically all of them if you're in a guild. Or, you know, if your guild has any requirements for them. Ideally a guild that can complete all of them. And then whatever their requirement is for contribution. Because every single one of them is worth it as far as the weekly ones. As far as weekend ones, I just skip almost all of them these days. The Underworld ones can be good if you haven't maxed them already. But Vault Event week, or not Vault Event, but Bounty Hunter is actually not that good of value. The biggest appeal of it in the past was the 2 major orbs. But there's so many other ways to get major orbs, like, you know, Vault Event weekend like we're doing right now. Like one single Palooza is going to get you basically 2 major orbs. Like what we're doing right now. So to spend 710 gems for that is a little pricey. The main benefit of it is you get the troop max. But doing the free battles for Bounty Hunter is generally the way to go these days. 710 gems to complete the events, that's pretty pricey. So overall, I would say most weekend events that cost gems, I would say are skip. But every single weekly one is worth doing. Up to the point that your guild can end up completing it. What about class events? Class events should always be skipped. At most, you just do the free battles to get your free 25 gems. But you should never spend gems on class events. The only thing that class events are particularly used for are people who have a lot of gems stacked up who just instantly want to get a class max. But it is really pricey. Like, it's somewhere around like 5,000 gems, if not slightly more, to max out a class with gems. It does save like dozens upon dozens of hours of leveling it otherwise. But 5,000 gems is a lot. Like, it's not a small amount. But yeah, I'm really surprised they have never rescaled class events. It's one of those that's been needing a rework for like several years now and never has gotten one. It has always been pretty bad value unless you're just looking to spend a ton of gems just to expedite the leveling process. Like when a new one comes out, I'll sometimes spend a couple thousand gems to get them like halfway max. But you have to spend like almost 6,000 gems, I think, if you want to instantly max a class from nothing. It's really crazy how much it is. You can only get 100 class XP during the class event. Wait, did they change that? You used to be able to max your class out during it. Did they actually change it? I haven't really paid attention to the class event on Thursdays recently. But you used to be able to just buy max level instantly. It just required way too many gems to do so. I do wish there was more locations that it was worthwhile actually farming these gnomes. I guess technically you could go down the PvP route. It's something I haven't really tried much. The biggest issue with the PvP route is it would take about 3 times as long to win a battle. As in best case scenario, Stellaryx takes like what? 25 seconds to win? Whereas this is on average about 10 seconds to win. There's a lot of people doing like singular fireworks. I'm not sure if that sound's coming through the mic, but just like one big giant pop. Ever so occasionally. Hey, and they did it exactly at 9 o'clock. See, every hour on the hour. Well, there's quite a few resources we still kind of need. Like, there's a lot of resources in the category that if we never farmed it ever, they would run out. Gem keys being one of them, which is one of the byproducts of Paloozas. Not necessarily from what we're doing right now, but from the vault keys in what we're doing right now. Like that epic vault key we just got. Because my stack has been going down because we haven't been doing vault event weekends as much. Oh, that was the end of it. Nice. Though also because we're getting pretty unlucky on some mythics. How many am I down to right now? I think it's like 18,000. Yep, 18,700. Yeah, let's go run back another one. We'll go ahead on another code. And then we'll run one more Palooza, and then probably just do a bunch of normal Explore grinding. Might even do it on Explore 12 just so we get better loot. Or, you know, so we can get all the better tokens and everything. But yeah, it's a bit of last Palooza we run for now. But I still want to run out that whole timer, of course, that we have going for another 42 minutes. So I'll run this Palooza, and then the rest of the time I'll spend in Explore 12 grind. As I still need to be doing the Explore 12 grind whenever I can. Because we're about to hit a wall of needing so many more tokens than what we have. Like 30 to 50 hours worth of tokens that I don't currently have. So I gotta keep poking at the grind so we don't have to do it all at once. Otherwise we're gonna have to do it for like 5 hours a day for a week or something. But ideally we'd split it up a bit more before then. So we don't have to like panic grind all the way near the end. How long do we have to wait for Iron Gut to be in Soulforge? Ever since Terran's World's been down, I have no clue where the current Soulforge cycle is. So I have no clue. I believe about how many mythics are in the game, it's about every 4 months that every mythic will rotate. So you shouldn't have to wait more than about 4 months. So definitely before the end of the year. But exactly how long, I have no clue. Could be next week, could be like 4 months from now. I don't know, is there any place where you can check that these days? Because I used to check it for Terran's Roar, but it's not up anymore. And a new spoiler website I don't believe has the Soulforge rotation on it anymore. Because the way that Soulforge works is, it'll go through one of every mythic and one of every legend. And then it will reset that category. So for mythics, it'll do one of every single mythic before it starts going over again to do one of every single mythic. So if we know if Iron Gut has or hasn't happened this cycle, we would know about how soon he would be. Based on how close the cycle is to ending, as well as if he has or has not been in the cycle yet. But not sure if there's anywhere that keeps track of that these days. You just hope you get lucky then, yeah. But yeah, the grind, waiting for that should never be more than about a third of a year at this point. There's also generally close alternatives to a lot of troops these days. Unless you need it for a very specific team. Like today we got an alternative to Pharaoh, of course. It's not as good as Pharaoh in most situations, but it is a alternative to it. And a lot of similar troops end up coming out over time. Like the current campaign mythic is basically alternative Megavore. Yep, someone else doing fireworks now. Definitely a different person. You can tell by the frequency. I think this is like the 4th one now. Or the 4th instance of independent fireworking. I don't think it's any of the big areas because they would go for way longer. Oh, we got a flower pet. I do not remember if I have that max or not. I feel like those were one of the pets that came out during a Legends Reborn event that we got maxed. Because those pets I tend to forget exist because you just get them maxed instantly and then I kind of forget about them forever. And I'm pretty sure it's one of them in that category. Where they come out for a Legends Reborn event, we get them maxed instantly and then I forget it ever exists because we got it maxed instantly. Gosh, why is my arm so sore? I feel like I slept on it wrong or something. Oh, boy. Need arm stretches. Do pets have to be equipped to get the bonus? No, you get your bonus from every pet simultaneously, always. But no, all pets are always active. Whatever one you have equipped is purely cosmetic. Oh, nice, now the Epic Volkey. That did not sound like an arm stretch. I don't know, what did it sound like? Did it even make any noise, though? They should talk about the fireworks. Oh no, can you guys hear the fireworks? Some of them are pretty loud, but I'm not sure if it's being picked up on the mic. Oh, so after this Palooza, I need a hydration break. Get this fresh bottle of water I haven't even opened yet. And then we'll go around and explore 12 the rest of the time. Hello, J-Shar! Welcome, welcome. I've always been well. Hope you're having a wonderful start to your weekend. That one was so loud that the dogs are barking now. Not this house's dog, but other house's dogs. Yeah, from what I can tell, it's not coming in through the mic. But there's like 2 different ones going on at once right now. Fireworks, it is. Honestly, if I just go outside after the stream, I'll probably be able to look in like any direction and see them. There's gonna be at least one going on somewheres. Because they go all the way to midnight. Which is like another 3 hours. Another epic Volkeefer pile. Nice, nice. So we should go open like 100 or 200 of them sometime soon. I said after a while back, after we had over 1,000, we'd consider opening some occasionally. I think we're almost at like 1,700 or 1,800 now. And I have opened some in the past. It'd be over 2,000 if we didn't. But I kind of want to open down to like 1,500 at some point. The main reason why I keep so many of them is mostly because there's currently nothing unique in the Epic Vault Key drop table. So the thought was, oh, they'll eventually update it with some kind of unique resource or something. They never have. So I'm still holding out that they probably will. Because I know for sure the day that I finally use a ton is the day they're going to finally update it. Same thing about Vault Keys. We end up running like 1,000, 2,000 Vault Keys or something. And then literally the next Monday or Tuesday, whatever it was, they updated Vault Keys to have a better drop table. After we just opened like thousands of them. And I know the same thing is going to happen with Epic Vault Keys. So if I ever want them to update Epic Vault Keys, all I have to do is open a few hundred of them and they'll update them the following Monday. At this point, I don't feel like they're going to, though. You know, update Epic Vault Key drop table. It's just meant to be more of the normal Vault Key drop table. Another Dragonite Gnome down. Another exactly 1 point remaining on the thing. Not sure why. I feel like every single time today it's been going down to 1. But I guess there's only so many numbers it can go to. Because based on how few shards we're getting, there's only like 8 different numbers it could be. It's giving 3 to 6, which means it's giving 4 to 7 because the bonus thing. So I think I'm not sure if it rounds that way, but I think it goes to 4 to 7. Which means it could technically only be 4 different numbers then. Well, I guess not, because if you keep ratioing the other one, it could be any number. But you know, there's only a variable of 4. As far as how many points you're getting per time. Because I think at max difficulty, it has a variable of almost like 12. Between highest and lowest number. I know, the Palooza's done. Still gonna do one more. Yep, the Palooza's over. Alright, let's just do normal Explore 12 grind then. For the next 27 minutes. Yeah, there's all of our pity keys. Alright, did I need this flower? No. Yeah, this was one of the ones I thought it was. One of the ones that came from a Legends Reborn event, and then you never need to get more again because you got it maxed instantly. Alright, let me go hand out another code. I'll probably hand out 1 or 2 more then. But, yeah, let's go run some Explore 12. I don't know, where do I run Explore 12 these days? I guess just Wild Plains Quick Kill is fine. And we'll run it with, you know what, we'll use the new guy. Just so we can get some value for him. But yeah, I'll run the Chrysathanax team and everything with him. I guess in this context, I technically don't need Wand of Stars. I could just put Chrysathanax in first slot and run like double Explodey or something. Because the chance Chrysathanax is going to die is very unlikely. Alright, there we go. Flower Dragon, the new Boom Guy, and Double Pharaoh. I think we're set. That's a lot of mana accumulation. Somehow still not full mana turn 1 though. Oh, you know what we could do actually? Let's put an Essence of Evil on the team. I mean, not Essence of Evil. A, gosh, what do you call it? A Essentia. Because that would get it rolling a little bit quicker. There we go. Hey, hello Defiant! Hello Mini! Welcome, welcome! Should we get 2 copies of the new Mythic? Yes. He is decent to have 2 copies of. Oh no, we had no skulls on the board, so it didn't explode at all. But yeah, I would advise getting 2. There are plenty of teams that only use 1. But there are going to be some niche situations where you are going to want to have the second one. So if you have the resources for it, it's definitely worth getting 2. But if you can only get 1, there's plenty of teams that run only 1, including the one we're doing now. Though I do still feel like Double Pharaoh is better in this kind of circumstance. The main benefit you get is if you need cleanup damage, you have it instead of having Pharaoh with no cleanup damage. It's still nice having one of both to cover every color, though. I really like that the 2 of them together covers everything. Yeah, we could always do it at the lowest arcane we have. It just, we're so at the point where we have infinite trait stones that I don't think it's really that needed. But it's definitely a strategy for sure. Oh yeah, there is one weird quirk that's happening. I didn't think of until the other battle. The fact that we're exploding 2 skulls at the beginning of the battle makes it so Flower Dragon has less skulls to explode when it eventually does its ability. While Pharaoh can also obviously get rid of skulls, it's not guaranteed to get rid of skulls. Whereas the new Boom Guy is. As there's a 100% chance he's getting rid of at least 2 skulls, assuming there's 2 skulls on the board. Whereas Pharaoh might do it, but it's not guaranteed that it would. So I guess in this context, Stellarx would actually be better. Because it doesn't get punished as much from Boom Pile getting rid of Skull. If anything, it actually gets a benefit because you can use the Elemental Star thing. Because that one Elemental Star feeds really nicely into him since it uses all of his colors. Plus brown. It actually makes Wand of Stars a lot better with him as well compared to Pharaoh. Because if you're doing the primary one of, you know, his first default ability that's creating all the 4-color Elemental Star, that covers every color he has. So it ends up working out really well. Ooh, Anisha, nice. For a full metal as well, very nice. Not Anisha for the pile. Honestly, we've been doing really good on niches lately. It's one of the few things we kind of have a surplus in when it comes to metals still. Because the only thing I've been using them for is the final trade on Legends, which is actually the exact opposite of what we were using them for before. Because before we were using 3 Anus to get the first level of a mythic. But obviously ever since the bronze metal token things ever came out, we never need to do that again. The bronze glory orb. As now it's better to use 1 Nisha for the 3rd trait on a legend, as otherwise that would require a gold token. Whereas it's way, way, way better to use the bronze glory metal for the first level of a mythic now. So basically, when you're using a single Nisha like that, it should always be for the final level of a legend. You can still use it for the 2nd and 3rd level of a mythic if you want to. But the 3rd level up of a legend is by far its most useful use case right now. In the current state of the game, and likely to stay that way as well due to how the glory medals work. Which is just kind of funny because that's the exact opposite of how you used to use them. But in glory medals made it so easy to get the first trait on pretty much any troop you ever want. Because the bronze ones are so much more common. They also tend to drop in a big pile a lot of times. Where you get like multiple of them instead of just one. Because normally when you're getting a silver or gold is like just one of them. But I feel like bronze is sometimes like 2, 3 depending on what game mode you're doing. It's one of the reasons why doing the doubles for Underspire is so useful. Because you can do double silver and or double gold. Which is very useful compared to, you know, the bronze ones because you tend to have a surplus of bronze. So it can help offset the surplus a little bit. But if anyone still has any other questions or anything you want me to go over, let me know. Otherwise, at this point, it's pretty much just going to be Explore 12 grinding and hope we get lucky. Start getting all the tokens we need for the Billion Kingdom upgrades in the future. Luckily, we're not tokened out of, or we're not medaled out of any kingdom upgrade yet. But we're getting there. We're about to hit like the 30 to 50 hour Explore 12 grind wall soon. In the upcoming months, probably before the end of the year. So at some point before then, we gotta do what we're doing now. And just make a power grind explore. It's better to split it up than having to do like 40 hours in a week or something. I wouldn't be against doing that. But we'd have to commit like an entire week to just that if we really wanted to. Whereas it's way better just splitting it up over a couple months. Like even just half an hour a day would be enough to cover it. If we did that for like the rest of the year. Because that would cover us for one more upgrade on every kingdom. Which is a lot of stats. It's 12 stats in total. It's definitely not a small amount. The main thing holding us back right now is deep books though. But at some point it could be metals if we don't grind enough metals. Oh, first Mimic of the night. We have not seen a Horde Mimic in like 3.5 to 4 years, whatever it's been. They got 2 within the first few months and I've never seen one since. Ooh, double Nisha and double Arania. Nice. That's our 3rd Nisha tonight. Not bad at all. Honestly, it's not out of code. It's honestly going to be the best thing we'll probably get all night from that. It is very unlikely we're going to get better. Though I would love to see it. But that's realistically the best thing we're getting all night from Explore 12. At least as far as tokens. So why this kingdom keeps moving me back so quickly? Keeps moving our boom guy to first slot. Or Marstar still lurks the last slot. I think it's this guy. Yeah, knocked him to the back. Oh, it's because he's starting with half mana sometimes. I was wondering how he was getting up so quick. Yeah, he's only needs 6 mana sometimes. Which means sometimes he's one-turning that into casting then. I was gonna say, we're winning quick enough that it shouldn't normally happen, but yeah, that's what's making it happen. It is one of the few situations where Stellaworks is actually better than running Flower Dragon. There's a handful of times where that's still the case. Not to mention, Stellaworks is way tankier with score reduction and spell reduction like that. Flower Dragon's pretty flimsy. Yes, it is currently possible to one-shot Explore 12. The problem is it requires getting an extra turn, which is it sounds a lot hard. It sounds a lot easier than it is. But no, there is a one-shot Explore 12 team that consistently one-shots 100% of the time. The problem is you're normally slowed down so much from getting the extra turn that you need that just casting twice is normally quicker. But yeah, one shot has been consistently viable since, what's that thing called? Mist Mother. Ever since Mist Mother came out with 4 times Fairy Fire on extra turn, it has been very consistent to run quick kill one shot Explore 12. The problem though is even with that consistency, there are just sometimes there's just not an extra turn on the board. And you end up wasting like double the time to go win. Which basically cancels out all the extra speed it would have otherwise had. So it's generally just more convenient not running it. Though it is possible to one-shot Explore 12, it's just not... It's basically the same speed as what we're doing now, effectively. Like, its quickest wins will be quicker. But its average wins, due to the really slow battles, will be about the same as what we're doing now. And the main reason to stick with a team like this is it's just more consistent. Like, what you have to do every single battle is going to be the same every battle. Whereas what you need to do with a Mist Mother team can be drastically different depending on if you do or do not get the Fairy Fire off the extra turn. Oh, are we both in the same Ruby League? Well, technically, you could be in mine and I could not be in yours. I can go check, though. Bill Warhammer, what's your name in game? I can go check real quick. But just because I'm in yours doesn't mean you're in mine. Yes, hello, Draco. Welcome, welcome. Oh, so thanks for reminding me. I need to double check to see if it's actually viable to go for top. I need to double check to see if my top 3 are worth going for. Let me actually do that right now. Because I haven't checked this in a while. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be because a lot of people are going crazy on the grind. Probably, yeah. Because of Vault Event weekend. Yeah, I'm not doing 50,000 grind this weekend. It's just too much. But yeah, you didn't get onto mine, it doesn't look like. Just because someone's on yours doesn't mean it's both ways. Because they roll independently of each other. But yeah, 50k is way too much for this week. I would have to get another 40k. Which is doable, but for doing it in Ruby, it's just not worth it. When next week I could do like 15k to go get like second place. Whereas I need like 50k to get third this week. Oh, so this should be helping us a lot with that one power gem objective we still have to do. Bill, where am I? checked earlier. I didn't see you there. Yeah, I just assumed it was your in-game name. Yeah, you weren't there. Is every single person's PvP ladder is set independently? Like, it just picks 30 random ones from the category. But just because someone got picked on one side doesn't mean it got picked inversely. Did I get a Switch 2? No, I haven't gotten a Switch 2 yet. I'm waiting a little bit until they actually add more games. And or discount the Switch. Now, $500, I don't really mind that much for it. I just don't see any reason I would really get it at the moment for the most part. It's like it literally has one game. Because if I'm playing indie games these days, I'm just doing it on a Steam Deck. Unless they're like Switch exclusive or something. In which case I would just be playing them on a normal Switch instead of Switch 2. Oh yeah, I would definitely get it from a store. I wouldn't get it from eBay or anything. With all the bricking that's going on. I have heard about that. I'm not really boycotting the Switch. I'm more so just kind of waiting until they do something with it. I did the same thing with the Switch 1. I didn't get the Switch 1 until like 2 years into its life cycle. If tariffs get dropped. I don't think the console went up because of tariffs. I think it was only just all the side products. Like all the accessories for it. Like if you want to get more controllers, or if you want to get like the webcam thing or anything like that. I think they kept the console exactly as is. And just raised every accessory for it. Can you do a Nomapalooza in Delves? No. I believe the only Delve room that properly gets replaced for is that one Gnome room. Like the one when you spawn it through the special Palooza. Or through the special Deep Delve version. But no, you can't use it to cheese Delves. Like you can't use it to cheese a 500 pure faction or something like that. As every battle will still be the same. The most realistic thing you could cheese with it is probably PvP. Because pretty much everything in PvP can be replaced with a gnome. Not counting Guild Wars. People are returning brick switches and they're getting resold? Oh gosh. Oh yeah, you can cheese the trial system with them too. I almost forgot they even exist. Yeah, I've still been hearing fireworks like constantly for the last hour. They've been going pretty strong here. Like, it's not a lot of fireworks, but it's a lot of people doing a small amount. I don't think any of the big shows have started yet for it. Sounds like there's a bunch of local people doing whatever they have. Yeah, YouTube censors really weird with what it will censor sometimes. I know I'll write like a comment on a YouTube thing sometimes. And sometimes I write like a really long comment for some videos. And it will literally get censored. Like it will literally just get like auto-deleted through YouTube's system. It doesn't even say anything like out of normal. Like I'm not sure what words are triggering it sometimes. Hello, Genki! Welcome, welcome. It's been a while. I never took the hydration break. Probably gonna do that after this one. Then we'll go ahead and another code. Here you guys go. Yeah, let's go get our hydration. So how much timer do we have left? 5 minutes! Oh no! Maybe I should wait 5 minutes. No, I need the water now. Wow, it's been a whole hour already? That went by so quick. How has that already been an hour? Oh, I got 5 minutes left on the timer. Good old water. But honestly, the fireworks seems like they're really picking up. I guess we'll go for the last 5 minutes and then I'll go check the fireworks stuff. So we'll probably go out there. Oh, our angel? This is actually our first angel tonight. How on earth is this our first one only? There we go. How's the new mythic? Really good. Worse than Pharaoh still in most situations. But still really solid. A lot of times you're still going to be running double Pharaoh instead though. But it has some benefits like covering all the inverse colors. Most notably green. As green didn't really have a good explodey like instant mana option other than Leprechaun. So green benefits the most from it probably. Goblins also benefit pretty nicely from it because goblins don't have Empower. And he's the closest thing goblins have to Empower, getting 2 explodes at start of battle. Which of course still isn't Empower, but it's better than nothing. Better than what they had prior to today. Let's see, if I turn the mic around, can you guys hear the fireworks? Because gosh, they are so loud right now. Let's see. I don't think I could turn it that far, never mind. I was gonna go turn it all the way around and then realize how impossible that would be. Wait, I could do it this way. Wait. I don't know, can you hear it at all? Nope. Yeah, okay, it's might be too low then. There's kind of a gigantic wall in the way. Bill Warhammer doing every single one nearby. Yeah, a lot of peers tend to do it around here. Did fireworks sound like someone saying mana surge? Not quite. Sounds like a bunch of little random popping. I'm not sure why they're using that kind of firework. But it's the ones that make like the really quick like poppy sound. They're trying to describe it compared to other fireworks. Like not the sizzly ones or the ones that go like boom. But the ones that kind of do like the quick pop. Like a lot of the quick pop ones. Oh yeah, Bill Warhammer. No one ever listens to that, by the way. Any other questions, anyone? Because after this, I think we're going to be calling it for now. Before all the 10 p.m. fireworks start. This will be our final battle if we don't get a mimic here. And then the next Gems of War stream will be on Monday then. We'll also hand out the 4th of July pet then. Even though the day is technically today, but you know. Just so we have something going on that week. Because otherwise it's just going to be the money offer stuff that they're doing in game. So just to have something for free, we'll hand it out on Monday. 2 guild keys. There hasn't really been a good way to get these, like at all, in any way, shape, or form. The way they used to be able to get them in the past doesn't exist anymore. Oh, there we go. And we got a bunch of deed books coming up soon. Bunch of progress on a lot of stuff. We're getting there. Everything's at least 1 star now as well. I'm just surprised how much progress we're made on some of these. Like, we're more than halfway done 5 days in. This is going to be so free. It's similar to the other task, except it's scaled for 10 weeks. But because there's still the other task that got done like in 20 minutes automatically without even trying, now they're just going to be done in like 1 week without even trying. Because I pretty much haven't gotten my way at all to do any of these. And we're already like 60 to 70% done. And then we're only like 10% the way in, not even 10%. I guess 10% would be 7 days. It's been 5. But yeah, it's not going to take any time at all to get it done. Anyways, guys, best of luck on the Vault grind. Of course, Vault event still going on for the rest of the weekend, so still plenty of time to go grind it. I will be grinding as well a little bit more this weekend, just off stream. But still a solid 2 days to go and finish up, so anything you want to go do with it, still plenty of time. And of course, we covered a new mythic in a video earlier today if you wanted to catch that on the Zarg's boom pile. 100% worth getting 1, potentially worth getting 2. Personally, would not advise getting 3. I think like 3 is a little bit of a waste. But 100% make sure to at least get a copy or 2, as it is pretty solid. Not as good as Pharaoh, but a lot of use cases that Pharaoh can't do. So even though you're going to use it less than Pharaoh, there are things that it's useful for, like Goblin team, Construct team, Green team, that you wouldn't be able to use Pharaoh for otherwise. So it's still worth getting for all the extra utility that you can end up getting, even if you already have double Pharaoh. And of course, if you only have 1 Pharaoh or 0 Pharaoh, you can literally just use it as a Pharaoh replacement. And just use 1 or 2 of him, like 1 or 2 Pharaohs. Anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye, everyone. And thanks for watching.